Hope everyone, hope y'all like that intro music. Uh, Cause I made it. Oh, pesky! Happy birthday! Let's go. Couldn't ask for a better birthday gift. You're welcome. Totally planned that. I'll just show y'all. Nice transition. I made that song. I made that intro song. I've started been yes. I've started making my own music because I don't want to deal with copyright uh, garbage. Uh, so like that music that played at the end of the last video with the outro card. Uh, that I also made that song. So I'm hoping to make like an hour's worth and then do like lo-fi beats to watch the source Dinosaurus videos too. Uh, but yeah, that's like the magic happening right here. I got some nice vinyl sounds, although I might take those out. But it just like there are 37 different vinyl sounds. Um, so it basically just goes. I just mess around with a bunch of these sound fonts and samples that I have, and then I'm like, okay, there's a you know nice guitar sound. Okay, here's some nice sounding chords, and then just like guitar sound. Okay, here's some nice sounding chords, and then just like just go from there. Good bass line. Bass lines are simple, right? But really, all this is a and of course there's the vinyl pop still. All that is just like a uh, eight bar loop or so, and then eventually I'm gonna come through uh, with the guitar riff. Um, so yeah, that's what I've been doing with my life. Okay, we're gonna take this now. Also, what I've been doing with my life. Uh, so, by the way, pay no mind to that humming in the background. That is the air conditioning. It's gonna get up to like 95 degrees today, so I don't really want to overheat in my office. Uh, I'm keeping it at a nice, cool 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Uh, so that's what I've been doing with my life. What I've also been doing with my life, and is sort of the purpose of the stream, is because normally when you all file into the stream, you're met with a intro card that looks like that, right? And then there's the outro card, which looks like that, right? Well, since the uh, logo drop, right, I've just been playing around with all that. So I made a newer outro card, and I'm still not sure why, but it will just cut my mic off. Um, so I'm gonna let this play for about 10 seconds, and then I'll cut back to me. But just take a look at this. I'm I'm just I'm just now realizing the delay. But isn't that awesome? Isn't that incredible? Oh yeah, we need that thesaurus dinosaurs team. So that is how this stream that is go. Oh no, okay. I'm actually gonna. I don't want to make people think that that's the end of the stream. Um. So yeah, that is how that stream. That'll be the last thing, and it's on a loop, so I can just have it going for whenever. Uh, that is how that stream is gonna end, with that end card, because it's just beautiful. I'll even throw the music back up, because I'm getting better. Things are coming in place. Uh, so now we are going to rank some teams. How are they doing? Alright, let's see. Okay, so there are teams we know who are auto qualified, so that's like no stress for them, right? And then we know that there are teams that are auto relegated. Uh, so I guess no stress for them. I don't know. Showing up is 80% of the job or whatever. And then I don't know how to rank the rest of these. I think like there's auto qualify, and then maybe like shoe in, or like will definitely qualify. There's a T. Definitely, maybe skin of their teeth, and then there we go. No chance in hell. Can I say hell on a live stream? Is that... I don't know how soft YouTube's gotten. No chance in heck. No chance in heck. There you go. And then... that's a good color. Actually, no, that's a good color. Yeah. Turtle sliders. They're just... It's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not happening. I love how we know that... I love how we know where 8 teams out of 32 are going. There's 4 that are automatically qualified, 4 that are automatically relegated. And then, like, the turtle sliders are just the first ones up. The jumpers will probably miss out again. Yeah, probably. Let's go through this auto-relegated bunch first. So you got Purple Rockets, Blackjacks, Plasma, and then the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's Wolfen time. I saw that. I put that somewhere. Okay, so the roster just got announced. So I like how one of them's Remus. There's Balto. Isn't there a Bolto on the Thunderbolts, or is that the old one, because that might get confusing unless they want to do like free agency, uh, and then sheep is the reserve. Is that a sheep in wolf's clothing then? It's wolfin time. Thank you, Josh, on the Discord for letting this exist. Cause ain't that beautiful? I know you can't see it yet. I have like a 10-second delay on it. But isn't that beautiful? It just popped up now. It's kind of weird. I'm like 10 seconds in the future from your perspective. It's very, very peculiar. But I've never seen Morbius. I'm never going to see Morbius. I don't want to pay any money for a Jared Leto movie. And that's just how it goes. So, Purple Rockets, obviously, this team still has a tournament win, asterisk, very fat asterisk on tournament win for the Purple Rockets, mainly because 3 of the teams weren't even teams. I feel like they just plucked marbles out the stands. They're like, hey, you're competing. You want to jump off a cliff into some water? Get out there. So, Purple Rockets, I mean, if this were about the 2023 Marble League, I'd say the Purple Rockets might have a shot. But they need to get out of the showdown first. Oh yeah, so Team Plasma. I was wondering if this was a new roster or if this was a returning roster. It is the returning roster. We the gang's all here. They're back in it. They're ready to disappoint some fans. Is anyone actually? I should put a poll. I forget I have these powers. I'm pretty... Yeah, I can put a poll in here. Alright, create a poll. Alright. Are you rooting for Team Plasma in 2022? Yes or no? Yeah. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can I really... You can only do 4 at a time? Wow. YouTube needs to up stuff. Okay, this is just gonna be a non-serious, or an actually serious question then. All right, I need a show of hands. Are you rooting? Are you rooting for Team Plasma in 2022? All right, and then we got the Blackjacks. They have again, fat asterisk tournament loss. The only team they beat in a tournament that the Balls of Chaos hosted were the Balls of Chaos. Do with that information as you will. Like, whoopee. Like, literally anyone could have taken dead last in Marble Maniacs, and I would have believed. 74% so far. How many people have answered this poll? 74% say no. Okay, 39. I mean, that's still not that great. That's still not that great. Um, Marvel Maniacs was a mess. I have to be real here. It was a mess. The teams weren't great. I wasn't really excited if any team won it because maybe that's why they created it in the first place. It's like, okay, these teams have no chance at winning any big tournament, even though the Shining Storm had a shot at winning Marble League 2021, and like the Pinkies did not bad for Marbula 1 Season 3. Although, I definitely have not been parading the O Rangers win for Marbula 1 around enough. Maybe because I just have so much anxiety of them failing in qualifiers. And I definitely give them crap. But probably, maybe. It'll be a maybe for the O Rangers. I definitely want to be more confident in them. They haven't missed yet. There's one year, I think it was 20. Yeah, it was 2020. They botched the funnels. I think that was in the main tournament though, which they actually auto qualified for. So maybe it won't be a convincing showing, but I think they'll get there. Oh man, there are just so many. We need these Glitter Nova stats. I need the over-under. Which team has a chance of going? Because, I need to hammer that over on some of these teams. If there's block pushing in the qualifiers, it's GG for the Hazers. It just is. Oh, yeah, I should put the auto-qualified up. Thank you for telling me. So that's... Green Ducks are hosting. We don't need to worry about them. Mellow Yellow, well-deserved win. Razzies, well-deserved silver. And then Glaciers, they got bronze. Chocolatiers, no chance in heck. I don't know what it is about them. Oh yeah, so another thing about the Chocolatiers logo, because I made fun of that, not knowing what it was. So I was right that the C is like a chocolate bar where it's separated into segments. The circle's supposed to be a window, because it's Chocolatier, like the Musketeer, and the Musketeer is also a type of chocolate, the Three Musketeers. But I don't know what it is about the Chocolatiers just not liking qualifications. They've definitely gone to the showdown a bunch. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on the matter. They really exist. They are great at existing. I will give them that. In Indigo Stars, I'm only like slightly aware of their existence. That's why I say, yes, this team, they exist when talking about the Indigo Stars, because that is a reminder to myself that this team does exist. They got the very first gold last year, and then they just like decided good enough. Like, that is... I think... Ooh. I need a new tier. Add a row below. Gonna make this one that color. Making this light green. Calling it just barely missing. Because the jungle jumpers are like famous. Oh, yes. The nose are at 71%. That is a perfect score. I mean, not if you're Team Plasma. Definitely not if you're Team Plasma. I think jungle jumpers and kobolds, they're really great at qualifiers, but they're also really great at either choking at the last second or just getting screwed. And I really want to put kobolds in. Like skin of their teeth. Maybe this is the year. But like, we've been saying maybe a long time for the kobolds. Bumblebees and Rojo Rollers always go back and forth in missing and making. They're never in the same place twice. I'm starting to think that the Bumblebees are actually the Rojo Rollers. Rojo Rollers finally made it in. They didn't do well at all in the main tournament. I'm gonna keep the poll up a bit longer. Because there's just some teams that could go back and forth. I wasn't expecting the Oceanics to miss out. Snowball's the only team. They've been there twice, never qualified. There's just so many options. So many bad options, too. Yeah, let's just breeze through this, then. T-Momo, that's a maybe. They should have won it last year. They just kind of stopped winning, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a marble. I don't know what they think. Limers, yeah. Speeders definitely. They'll make it in. They'll probably win qualifiers. I know they're doing the group stages, but they'll probably win qualifiers. Wow, I'm just not really sure about any of these teams. Yeah, Hazers will definitely qualify. I know I've been giving them crap saying that they won't make it in. I hope they do. This is why I need these Glitter Nova's stats, because as soon as I get those numbers, it'll give me a clear indication. Because I wouldn't put the Hazers, especially with that move, cutting Hazy. Do you think it was a voluntary choice by Hazy, or do you think they just fired him? Because I'm thinking that a leave, a 1 year sabbatical, really, that is the same thing as saying farm upstate. Like, Hazy's not coming back. I say trade him. Midnight Wisps. I think the Hazers should make a trade with the Midnight Wisps. Just get rid of Hazy. I'm gonna put Bumblebees making it by the skin of their teeth, and then the Rojo Rollers just barely missing because of the Bumblebees just barely making it. Uh, I want the Solar Flares to do well. I really want the Solar Flares to do well. I know they will not do well. No chance. Snowballs. I might put them in just barely missing. I think they might do a better job this year, but still fail because they're like the snowballs. Uh, and then Shining Swarm. Shining Swarm is always a toss-up. Does anyone? I guess I wouldn't put the Shining Swarm, like a definitely. Because I think I want them to be worse than they are, since I built this channel off of making fun of bad marble teams, that I just can't really find that good a material for the Shining Swarm. It's like, oh, looky here, here's a rather competitive season they put together, which is, it's just so weird, because I usually put the Thunderbolts as like middle of the pack, but I think Shining Swarm is, they're the middle child. They're really great, but no one's paying attention. They're a tree falling in the forest. Okay, there are the numbers. Only 2017 and 2021. But 2021, they almost won it. They had a very real chance at winning. Yeah, skin of their teeth. Skin of their teeth. Okay, so what am I doing putting the Limers up in maybe? What am I doing there? Uh, you should go back and listen to my predictions on who will miss out. Because I said Team Galactic is one of them, but I call them Team Galact 5th, right? And I did that because I took the segment of audio from roasting their team in that 2022 video and added it to the end, because I accidentally said Limers twice, because the Limers are just that bad. So I put Team Galactic in, because I'm like, who else is gonna not qualify? Screw it. I'll just say them and be wrong about it. So that wasn't like an actual prediction, but also they have a chance of failing. Say not making it. Okay, so I need 16 teams up in here, and then 16 teams up in here. Okay, so I need 3 more not making it. Ooh. I'm gonna say Thunderbolts. Definitely. They're a good team. I hate that they're good. But qualifiers and main tournament, 2 completely different beasts. And they've never... They never missed. I think it's them, Mellow Yellow, O Rangers, Savage Speeders. Been to all of them. Never miss. Never miss. Alright. I'll put CCE up in maybe. All the previous hosts missed out last year, which was, I don't want to say anomalous, because all the previous hosts were bad. But Crazy Cat's Eye's first good host, and now with the Green Ducks, is going to be interesting to see their season. Alright, Pinky's fans. Pinky's fans. All 8 of you. I know you're in the chat somewhere. Say it with me. We're going to the league. We're going to the league. Oh. Pinky's in the Marble League. You thought you were waiting to 2050 to see it. And honestly, you still might. You still might. But for my predictions, and you know I'm wrong about a lot of things. A lot of things. I want to see some chaos. And speaking of the chaos, Balls of Chaos ain't making it. I'm sorry. That'll just be perfect. If the Pinkies make it in, and the Balls of Chaos don't, that'll be beautiful. 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 Alright. I need 3 up here. Need 2 down here. I think the Minties were a fluke. I've never been able to shut up about that ever since 2021. Nah. You ain't making it. Ain't making it. It's not happening. It's not happening. This is gonna be amazing. This is going to be amazing. Alright. Wow. The 4 teams that I have left are teams that I don't really want in the main tournament, and I don't really think are going to the main tournament. I think the Indigo Stars could benefit taking another trip to the basement. It worked out for the very first event last year. That was it. No chance in heck. Team Primary. Not doing it. They need Jesus. They need some help. They need some milk. 'Cause I said it well, to toot my own horn. The good news is Mary wasn't the problem. The bad news is Mary wasn't the problem. It was bad. I feel it's only right that Primary misses out and then the Pinkies make it. Alright, so that's 16 That's the 16 for the showdown. Take a good look. Oh. Oh. I'm just gonna put them all in the skin of their teeth. Because, like, they ain't giving me any reason not to. I don't know. Out of those three, maybe that should be another poll. Which of these three teams is the worst? Because no, that's not fair. Midnight Wisp at least have a 2018 title win. Oceanics at least have a 2018 bronze win. Maybe something's just wrong with 2018. Does any name one thing that happened in 2018? I don't think 2018 even existed. Oh jeez. And then Indigo Stars, they're there, I guess. Alright, let me download that. Those definitely are predictions. Those definitely are predictions. That was only 40 minutes. Oh yes, Noah's at 69%. Finally, let me end that. Yes. No! A last vote snuck in. Dang. Alright. I want to see what other lists there are. Because... let me make something. I also had Dolly Mini up. Just to see what anything is. Tell me what to make in Dolly Mini. I've been making a bunch of... just entering a bunch of marble teams in there, and they don't look good. Rojo Rollers, it just gives me some roller skates. O Rangers always gives me, like, orange Power Rangers. Alright. Alignment chart. Alignment chart. This is... what? What are we doing, like... yes, ask Dolly to make a thesaurus and a thesaurus. I also did that. I could try it again, just to see how melty it'll be. I could make political alignment charts for all these teams. Could do NFL teams. So, if you don't care about American football, I don't blame you. But they really put my Seattle Seahawks at the bottom of the power rankings because they ain't got a quarterback. Like, I'm sorry? Do you not believe that Drew Lock is going to be the 2022 NFL MVP? Okay. But You, you really you're just not. Just basement. You're gonna tell me you're gonna look at all these other teams and say that the Seahawks are not better than one of them, or at least have a better shot at being good than one of them? Who is Drew Lock? Drew Lock is the quarterback of the future, or at least my future, because I'm gonna be stuck with him for at least the season. And it's either that or Geno Smith. Mm. Mm. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Oh, jeez. We doing. They need to put the NFL shield as a logo because they're the real losers here. I mean, and they're the real winners because like they're making money regardless. The very first preseason game drew in more viewers than the last Stanley Cup game back in June. Ugh. Yeah, the Jets really are the limers. Oh, man. All right. Okay. So we got playoff bound. Maybe playoff bound should be below. Yeah, let's just make that awful. Competitive. Yeah, okay. Super Bowl ready. And then we got competitive. And then we got playoff bound. Whatever the hell that did. There we go. Alright, so a bunch of people think that the Bengals are going back. It's 17 games. And then at least two. I don't think they'll be the top team in the. I mean, they went last year. Top team in the AFC. So they're not getting that bye. You gotta go 17 regular season games, 3 playoff games, and then the Super Bowl. That is a bunch of football. Man, I don't know how any of these teams are gonna make it. They're gonna be busted into pieces. I think it was a mistake for the NFL to switch to 17 games without adding a second bye week. Especially since there was a week-long gap in between the Hall of Fame game and the rest of the preseason. Just bump all the games back up a week and then add a second bye week. Because you're going to end up with a lot of teams like the Tennessee Titans putting 80 players into rotation. Wow, there's some teams that I really know they're not going to be bad. Both New York teams are going to be awful. Now, they're going to be basement. What is it with New York teams and just starting to choke? Because the Yankees were hot this season, and they started choking. Still going to be the top seed in the AL, because, like, who else? Unless the Mariners go on a run. Knock on wood. The drought is ending. The drought is ending. Mariners going to the playoffs. They're gonna win a wild card round. They're gonna die in the ALDS or ALCS. I'm thinking if they go up against the Astros in the ALDS, they have a real shot at winning. Because the kryptonite for the Mariners in the playoffs are the Yankees, except for 1997 when it was the Cleveland baseball team. But Mariners, Yankees, ALCS, it's happening. Yankees in probably 5 again. Ooh. Buffalo Bills. They're looking really hot. Buffalo Bills been hot. Ever since that game against Houston where Josh Allen lost his mind and tried to lateral backwards when he didn't need to. He just needed to slide and almost lost the game there. Yeah, I'll put the Bills up there. None of these are gonna make sense because who even knows anything about anything anymore? Especially with how the league is looking. It's basically you took all the rosters from a few years ago and you just shook them. You just shook them up. The teams just became a fantasy league, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It definitely makes for some good football. I say for the Super Bowl champion LA Rams. Excuse me for a second. Hate that I have to say that. Super Bowl champion LA Rams. It really depends if Aaron Donald retires, because they got a strong offense. Matthew Stafford can sling the ball. Got great receivers. I have no idea how Odell Beckham's leg is doing, but if I don't know, is he still with them? Like, I wouldn't put it past them if they cut him. But defense wins championships. I really think the Rams have a shot at going back to the Super Bowl next year. Like, it could happen. It could happen. I'm going to put the entire AFC South in the basement except for the Titans. I hate that Ryan Tannehill's a good quarterback. Everything about his time in Miami showed that it was really Miami's fault for turning him into garbage. Jacksonville Jaguars rule! Isn't it funky how the Jags went to the AFC Championship, but all the seasons surrounding that run, they were in like the bottom 4 of performance? Like, worst offense, worst defense, most points allowed, fewest points scored. They were just awful. Like, it was like first round, like first pick, AFC Championship game, and then just basement. They were 2 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl. I really need to say that again. The Jacksonville Jaguars were 2 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl. It was really 4, I think, but no one cares. They lost that game anyway. The Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, no Gronk. I mean, well-deserved retirement for him. He's going to the Hall of Fame for sure. I'd vote for him. Do they let regular Joes go vote for the Hall of Fame? Because, like, Gronk's in. Unless he retires. Because I wouldn't put it past him Tom Brady did it. He unretired. Unretired. He unretired. So they got Tom Brady. Playoff bound, definitely. No one else. Who else is there in the NFC South? Truly. Who's the other team in the NFC South? No. Falcons basement. Saints. Awful. Sam Darnold? Really gonna tell me Sam Darnold's? No. Awful. No McCaffrey. Awful. Oh man, ESPN should hire me as an analyst because I have no idea what I'm doing, and neither do they. And if they get paid a bajillion dollars a year for TV deals to do exactly what I'm doing, to just argue about awful predictions, then like, come on, hire me. I'm doing this for like basically free. Let's check out this AFC West. AFC West looking kind of rough. Chiefs. I mean, they'll no Tyreek Hill. They'll at least be competitive. Maybe nab a wild card spot. Probably. Everyone's saying Broncos Super Bowl just because they got Russell Wilson. And I'm a man of looking back in the past. Just that precedent. We've seen it 2 years in a row. Quarterback leaves for a team that they've been at for decades. Literal decades. First year, bang, win a Super Bowl. Okay. Like, dang. So, Tom Brady leaves to the Buccaneers first season, Super Bowl. Stafford goes to the Rams first year, Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen with Russell Wilson. The Broncos have more issues than that. But it will make them competitive. Definitely, since they've been in that slump since Manning. They had all sorts of quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater, Case Keenum, Ubi. So Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins, and that was another thing with Tannehill, that it really was the Dolphins making him bad. It'll be interesting to see if this new coach does anything, because people were complaining that Tua was a bust, but then everyone else is saying that Tua didn't have anyone to throw to. So now Tua has a receiver he can throw to. Russ isn't that good. Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. But we've seen with so many teams, especially the Browns, never more than the Browns. You've seen the jersey of every starting quarterback since 1999. Every quarterback since their return to operations, because they didn't leave. It is not an expansion team. This team just suspended operation. They've had like 30 different quarterbacks. Because, you get the captain of your team, you get a face of the franchise, and then everything will fall into place. One player does not a team make. And, I mean, we've seen in the NFL, kind really see it in the NBA, see it in the Marble League. They these teams just go, okay, we got to put this player to the forefront. We got to get rid of this player. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. That being said, Browns are in turmoil. Not just because of their QB situation, although let's just. What are the Browns doing? They read their press clippings. They just read their press clippings too often. For whatever reason, they're saying get rid of Baker Mayfield. You do not get rid of Baker Mayfield. You think that would put everything back into shape? Like, this dude won you a playoff game for the first time since 1995. And you're gonna get rid of him? And then you pick up a quarterback with 22 heinous allegations against him? And you're gonna say that's the right decision? In what universe? First off, Deshaun Watson's a bad quarterback. Secondly, he's just a bad person. The Browns are back into Browns form. Who are these teams? Who are these teams? A few of these teams are competitive. I think the Ravens will have a strong season. Definitely the Bengals. If nothing else, the Bengals at least have a shot of what they're doing. That was a really good Super Bowl last year, though. I really wish the Bengals won it, though. Cardinals are going in the basement. I feel it. No one else wants to say it. No one else wants to say it. Shortest pick 6 in playoff history. That's your quarterback. Nah, they're choking. They're choking. They threw that one Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins against the Bills a couple years ago, and that's like, oh yeah, we got a now you don't have a team. Is Larry Fitzgerald playing? Because that man should be playing. And I do not know what the Steelers are doing in terms of AFC teams. You don't have Ben Roethlisberger, which, okay, he wasn't doing anything for you for the last 10 years. Mike Tomlin says he has everything under control. He has nothing under control. He does not know how to control a locker room. Juju Smith-Schuster could have been the best. He could have been Larry Fitzgerald. He really could have, and he just turned into Antonio Brown. Because Mike Tomlin doesn't have control of a locker room. That's how Antonio Brown won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, because Bruce Arians can control a locker room. He just has to sit. That's probably what happened. He just sat Antonio Brown in a chair and said, look, we're going to win a Super Bowl. You want to win a Super Bowl. So just run your routes, catch these passes, score some touchdowns. If there's the slightest hint that you're getting out of control, you're gone. And that's what happened. in stellar fashion, I might add. He didn't need to strip naked, run across the field in the middle of a game which they won, but we expect nothing less from Antonio Brown. And fired. He gave him a reason. I don't think Mike Tomlin would have fired Antonio Brown for that. I'm sorry. Steelers gone to the Super Bowl. They're not. No, they're not doing it. Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? All you gotta do is throw a Hail Mary. Just don't hook slide with 9 seconds left in a playoff game and then hand the ball to your center instead of a ref. That being said, the Cowboys are known in recent times for not winning a playoff game, but they definitely make it to the playoffs. They gonna make it to the playoffs. Sure, why not? These are Packers. Have Aaron Rodgers be your punter. Their special teams screwed them, and we all saw it coming. Their offense was great, defense was great, special teams was garbage. But you got Aaron Rodgers, and there's just nothing else. Nothing short of playoffs. Because, like, who else? The Lions? Not happening. It's never happening for the Lions. You think Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford made your team better? You think you won that trade? Matthew Stafford was the best player on the Lions recently. Calvin Johnson. God, they wasted his career. Wasted his career so hard. Niners, locker room issues. Might make the playoffs. They'll definitely be competitive. 9-8. 9-8 sounds good for the Niners. Man. Yeah, this team is just... this year is just all wacky. All wacky. I think the Dolphins might be awful. Knowing first-year coaches is not going to pan out well. Knowing the league now, not even just the Dolphins, if you have a bad year... Well, okay, Urban Meyer was awful. Urban Meyer is a different story. But the league as a whole, they don't want long-term investments. They want short-term success. So a coach, like, we've seen coaches not even make it a year, get fired after a year. Some coaches had it coming, but others, like, you just gotta trust the system a bit. A transitive Super Bowl. Yes. Super Bowl victory through osmosis. If/when/how/ever Russell Wilson winning Denver. I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm rooting for laundry. I am rooting for laundry. I think the Seahawks will be competitive, but be awful. I think they'll like just barely miss the playoffs. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe that's a bit too generous for saying 9-8, 10-7 ain't gonna get out of the division, ain't gonna get out the conference. But people putting it at the basement? Come on. Come on. The Bears. Did the Bears even exist as a team? No, they're bad. They're bad. They gave it to the fridge instead of sweetness. Come on. Washington football team. Heineke is that QB1. And also, who else is coming out of the East, truly? Oh, right, the Cowboys. Playoff bound. Washington Commanders. Washington football team was a much better name. Much better. Oh, yeah, I got this dolly too. Damn. This is good artwork for AI generated. All right, let me look up a thesaurus dinosaurus logo. I also am not in the Marble Wiki, which I consider it a good thing that I'm not in the Marble Wiki. I check now and again that if someone put an entry out for me. It hasn't happened yet. I'm kind of scared for the day it does, though. Seahawks are making the playoffs. In other news, O-Rangers are going to win their qualifying group. I do not know what that means, because each statement is equally true. I think the O-Rangers could win their qualifying group. Depends on qualifying group, right? I think the poll is next week. I don't know when qualifiers are. That might be September 2nd. Not sure. September 2nd or 3rd. I do not know. These are just rumors that churn out every once in a while. I do believe that the poll for the groups, the draw stage, is next week. Do not quote me on that. But I do believe it's soon. I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles exists as a team. They should have cut Carson Wentz and kept Nick Foles. I still maintain that's what cost Doug Peterson his job. He was not a bad coach, and that's an unpopular opinion in the league, and especially among the fandom. Doug Peterson was not a bad coach. He just made a decision. He made a gamble. And in the NFL, you gamble your job. You just go all in. Because you just paid a bunch of money for Carson Wentz. But Nick Foles just won you a Super Bowl, so he's definitely going to want to start somewhere. But why not start for your team so you can win another Super Bowl? Because there's definitely more camaraderie in a quarterback. I mean, that's why Drew Bledsoe's at a job. Patriots stuck with Brady. So it's just the wrong choice and cost them a job. And now they're just reaping what they're sowing. I guess, because they're bad. They're bad. I never count a Bill Belichick program out the running. I don't think playoffs will be a shoo-in. Maybe a wild card. Mac Jones, he's not the quarterback of the future. I'm sorry. They had a good thing going with Brady. Because you wanted to prove that he wasn't a system quarterback. And Tom Brady is not a system quarterback. He is the system. Took two god-awful franchises and let them win big. People only think of the Patriots up in the recent success of the past 20 years. Patriots were doo-doo in the 90s. Somehow made it to the Super Bowl. But the Patriots were just not that team, and then all of a sudden, everything just clicked. And the same thing with the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, ever since that 2002-2003 season, they just were not that team. And all of a sudden, you get a coach, you get a quarterback that's been there and knows what he's doing, and they get that success. Yeah. I'm just glad, as a non-Patriots fan, for obvious reasons. You all know the reasons by now. It's just not happening. I'm glad that Boston sports are on the decline. Just they pooped on Bill Russell's bed. That city deserves nothing good. All right. Yeah, Ravens choked in that playoff game against the Bills. 102-yard pick six. Absolutely amazing play. They got some kinks to work out. They're still good. Still definitely one of the better teams in the league. All Lamar Jackson has to do is stay healthy. Do QB draws every damn play. Get 300 yards rushing. Bingo bongo. Chargers, I don't know why people like the Chargers. I like the Unis. Unis are good. Justin Herbert's just not that guy. Just not that guy. Might be competitive. Nah, gonna be bad. Who even the Vikings got? Who do they even have truly? The Vikings not happening. Especially since, like, you think back to the Minneapolis Miracle. Nobody on the team from that game is on the team anymore. Detroit Lions Super Bowl. Thank you, Philosophy Tombs. All great predictions as usual. Some of that Jim Caldwell magic, yes. I'm gonna put him in a basement. I'm gonna put Raiders off. Just like what else? What else is this season gonna be other than what we expect? And yet at the same time, nothing we expected. Yeah, Vikings are the Vikings below the basement. Ugh. Yeah, I did not feel good. Just making that tier list, because, like, I know less about NFL than marbles at this point. And I really just wing a lot of the Marble League predictions. uh, I don't want to save that tier list. But it exists now, I guess. Oh, what's this Dolly Mini doing? That is Hell World. Oh my god. This is why we have a Tim Ritz in our lives. Because Jesus Christ. What are those teeth? What are those teeth? Alright, they got an accent chime. Number one, we got Bing. Number two, we got E. Number three, we got And it also has like a stain. Why is there a marble texture? This looks like stained glass. Why is it stained glass? Jeez. Okay. This is fun. I came into this stream. You have realistic biblical dino. I came into the stream not really knowing what I'm doing, and now it's really catching up to me. I just had to plan on ranking the odds of these teams making it. Those are the teams. Oh yeah, let's see what a Team Plasma looks like. I wonder if anyone put my predictions up in the Discord. No? Okay, that's good. I got some OC to post then. I'm sure this will go over well. Alright, what is Team Plat? That's Naruto. I also did this with Team Momo a couple weeks ago just to see what it just turns into Naruto. Let's try Purple Rockets. Well, at least let's do Purple Rockets logo. Team Plasma or Weebs. It's canon. Yes. Team Plasma or Weebs. I might take a nap after this, honestly. Ugh. Alright. It's getting there. Oh, God. Why? What are these strange hieroglyphics? What? That looks like Sonic. It's like abstract art. Alright, let's just do purple rockets. Man. Purple Rockets will win the showdown and get third in 2022. Big if true. That might actually happen. That'll be fun. If that actually happens. 2023 does not even sound like a real month, and it's 4 months. Of course, it doesn't sound like a real month. I'm definitely taking that nap after I end this. Oh, man. Hey! That's better. At least those are rocket shaped. Alright. It's been an hour. I got to. I'm not gonna call a second tier list good, but I'm definitely calling this list good. Definitely calling that good. I think I can call it a successful stream, and for all y'all who stuck around, thank you. For all of you who came late, I got a nice outro card and some nice outro music. So let's get this outro music playing. Gotta put that vinyl on.